Aloha, everyone. It's Faith Rivera here on Aloha Rising, where we talk mana, music, magic, and more. So I want to say hau'oli makahiki ho. That is Happy New Year. It is 2026, and we have I don't know who we is, all of us, the cosmos. We have the perfect show, the perfect guest here for you to really start off this year in the most meaningful way we can, with a bang, a beautiful bang. So let me tell you about our beautiful guest. It is Kanoa Switzer, a kahuna who was born and raised here in Hawaii. He's a master teacher, a ho'oponopono and la'au kahea practitioner, whose work is really influenced by the teachings of Auntie Morna Simeona. He is a certified neurolinguistic programming trainer, and with his insight, he's been able to connect and really integrate, what the Hawaiians and other indigenous cultures have been doing for centuries, but that is kind of reflected in this more modern modality. So he has so much insight for us. And so I invited him here just for you to help us launch into this new year with powerful tools and mindsets for lasting change. So that's welcome in Kanoa Switzer, my brother, my kahuna, my teacher and friend. Aloha.
Hello,
How you doing?
Mike. How are you, Faith?
Oh my God. Excited that you're here, brother. And usually you are where? You are on the other side of the island, yes?
Yeah, yeah. In
In,
Hula,
in Hau'ula, but today you are streaming from where are you?
Tucson, Tucson,
Okay.
Arizona.
There we go. So Tucson is in the house. So we have to update our listeners here. So many of them
Yeah,
know about Kumulena Ala Brown that I had met in Kona for a Humanity Unites Brilliance event where I had a profound experience with her. And it was then where I asked her, Kanoa, to bring all of you to the Tucson, to the World Congress on Illumination. And from there, that's where I was able to bring actually my family with you. My Filipino family, I don't know, it was a miracle in itself, Kanoa, that not that they're non-believers, but they don't,
yeah, yeah.
this is kind of outside of their normal. And then we all got in a car, drove to Haula, and my family came. And I remember you really helped uh, some of them really overcome their fears, and let me just say it was mystical for them because the men especially, you probably get these stories all the time, but the men especially, every time they came out, they said, I felt 20 hands on me, and there was just you and brother, so what I want to ask you for 2026 as we roll into this new year, why is it so important to become aware of these fears and to transcend them, because I know that's a lot of what your work is.
Well, I believe that when we
Mhm.
come into this world, that, that there's a bowl of light within each of us, and that's our connection to spirit, our direct connection to spirit. And as we move through life, we tend to pick up stuff. I got this imagine it, yeah. Imagine this is you're being born. It could be at conception, right? You have this ball of light right inside here. And
Mhm.
then as we move through life, we tend to pick up some stuff, you know, stuff. And it never can go into the bowl of light because that's like taking negativity into heaven, right? This is heaven on earth. Your bowl of light is heaven on earth.
And
And
that's our divinity, Kanoa. That's our divinity, that
that's
bowl
our
of light.
divinity. That is our connection to spirit. And we get that at birth. However, this is
Mhm.
the experiences that we have. The good ones are like this. They go right in.
They
The
go
ones
in.
not so good, they hang on top. And if you look, you think that they might even be inside the ball of light blocking your connection, but they can
Yeah.
never go inside. So they're blocking. So when we talk about this rejuvenation and releasing the fear, a lot of this stuff right here, the
Mhm.
memories have fear around them. You know, fear of this, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of being undeserving. So
Mhm.
when we talk about, and it kind of like ties into what you wanted me to talk about, right?
Mhm.
Practice tips and all this stuff. And it's like I want to be a new person. I don't buy into that. I buy into you want to be the person that you're supposed to be. You know, that bowl
Yeah.
of light person that connects to the spirit. So when you clear these things, it's not
Mhm.
I'm going to clear them and throw them away. It's like I'm going to clear them and the negative emotions around them. Because let's say you have an experience and there's trauma, whatever it may be.
Mhm.
Oftentimes, and it could be something this big in your on top of your bowl, or something a little
Oh,
bigger, you know.
which yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
People
what
we
we
go through stuff. Yeah. Mhm.
and what do we want to do? I just want to get rid of it. However,
Mhm.
these are parts of you.
Mhm.
This is you, as well as the light stuff that this goes right in.
Mhm.
These, as well as these, are parts of you. So what you want to do is transmute them. And we use that word a lot, right? Transmute. So you want to release the negative emotions around the memory. I believe that for every event, challenging event or emotional event that has trauma in it, whether it's like this or like this, I use this one because it's easier to see. I got a bigger stone, so to speak, which
Yeah.
is about a half an inch to three quarters of an inch big. And then I got another one that's an inch and a half to two
Yeah, big.
inches big. So, and it doesn't really matter. It's just, hey, these are the ones, these are the events in your life. And
Yeah.
and when every memory that you have, traumatic memory that you have, or with trauma or negative emotions in it, has learnings in them.
Mhm.
So you can
Mhm.
never get the true essence of the learning within the memory when you have
Mhm.
negative emotions around it. When you release the negative emotions around the memory,
Mhm.
then you can get to the true essence of the learnings within the memory. And I always like to use this as a really clear example,
Mhm.
like a phobia. A phobia is an inappropriate response to a stimuli to something.
Mhm.
And even though when we work with people, we clear their anger, sadness, fear, hurt, guilt, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of being observed, fear of being murdered, limiting beliefs, and
Mhm.
clear conflicts that they have with people, places, and things, including self and spirit. We always try to include a phobia if they have one. And the more extreme, the better it is, because when we help them release that one, they go,
Mhm.
wow, if you can do that, maybe all this other stuff work. You know, an example would be the most extreme phobia we ever cleared was a Hawaiian healer. And we can
Okay.
tell this story
Uh-huh.
because she's one of our kupuna, and she told the story while we were in the group. So, okay, Carol, if you can tell it, we can too. And
Okay.
what she was what she was afraid of was snakes, right? How
Okay.
afraid? She seen a real picture, pass out for a couple hours. Seen a picture
Wow.
of a real snake, pass out for a couple hours. A picture, same thing. Then her
Wow.
daughter on at a restaurant drew a snake on a napkin and showed it to her and went, "Mom, what about this?" Passed out for a couple hours. And you're like, how is that even possible?
That's
It
how
just,
powerful our mind is, right?
yeah, yeah,
How
yeah.
okay.
It
Okay.
makes no common sense, right? That she could have that uh, the extreme
React.
behavior,
Yeah.
even to her. She's
Yeah.
like, it doesn't, as
It's
she's
like
passing out. And so, yeah, why? And when you find out when she created it, absolutely you can understand why. And even this is modern psychology right here. They say
mhm.
most of the programs that we're running, the
Mhm.
good ones and the
Mhm.
not so good ones,
Mhm.
happen between 0 and 6 years old.
Is what I
Yeah,
heard. Yeah.
yeah, and that's like 80% of the programs that we're running today. So if you created this one program
Yeah.
at 7 or 6, it's really, really strong because it has so much experiences. And it doesn't matter what the 20-year-old, the 30-year-old, or the 40-year-old,
Yeah.
or the 50-year-old is saying.
Yeah.
We're afraid. I'm going to protect us, and
Mhm.
we just pass out. So
How it
once we helped
resonates.
her let it go, this was a cool thing. I asked her, "Oh, Carol, you remember when it happened?" And when she said yes, I was being cool, like, "Oh, really?" But inside, I'm like, "Really? Oh," I was excited, right? And she
You're like,
goes,
"Let's get this."
"Yeah." And she said, 7 years old, fishing at night with her ohana on Molokai. Her uncle thought it would be funny if he caught an eel and stuck it down her shirt.
Oh my
Did
gosh.
Yeah, didn't want her to get hurt, so cut the head off the eel first. And it was a Hawaiian Filipino family, right? So they had machete, right? Cut
Oh,
the head off
no.
the eel first, then stuck it down her shirt. And her
Oh
shirt
my
was tucked in. So we're
oh,
not
no.
sure she was thinking, but it was probably something like this. And it was probably in pigeon. I am never ever going to feel this level of fear again. What can I do? I think I'm just going to check out. How long? A
Yeah.
couple hours should do it. Did it
Yeah.
work well? Yeah, worked very well at 7, not so much at 17. As time goes by, real ill, real snake, like poo, same. So a picture, a part of it has been going, a picture can hurt me. Come on now. Yeah, but
But
let's just be safe.
the
The
program is there.
7-year-old, the 7-year-old, let's just be safe. So a squiggly line on a napkin. Come
Wow.
on. Let's
Yeah.
just be safe. And we never knew, but it affected her family and everything, right? Because there was a
Sure.
major split
Yeah.
because of that. And then she always walked around with haumana because she was a kumu too. She taught laulapa herbs and things, healing. And
Mhm.
she always walked around with people, and we just thought people were hung around her. But they were
Yeah.
actually, when she went to the store, looking for things snake-like to divert her here.
Yeah, well, the fear, I mean, it stays with you because, like you said in the example, is that that trauma is blocking that bowl of light. I mean, it's,
Yeah, yeah. And you're
it
running on that program.
mhm,
So
mhm.
once you release the fear, because we did it in a minute or less, and
What?
then we told her to, however, it took a month and a half for her to allow us to do it
I got you.
because she was
Well,
like, no, 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 I did a whole bunch of stuff already. No, 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 no. And then
yeah,
the number one brother, right, Keola, he worked
yeah,
on her with something else
mhm,
related to relationships, and she went,
mhm.
and she made the decision. Well, if you can help me with this, you got to help
Help
me
me.
with that. Where's Keola? Oh, where's Kanoa? Oh, and so we did it that thing, but it was a month and a half before she finally agreed. And then it just took her like a minute, and then we
That's
told her to test it out. So we
mhm.
said, watch Anaconda because we thought that would be a good
Yes,
movie, right?
knock out. Yeah, but no,
And
she walked.
she comes back a couple days later and talks to Keola and says, "Hey, I watched Anaconda. That's a stupid movie." And this is over a decade ago that we worked with her.
This is
And
amazing.
shortly after that, she's seeing a real snake and things. However, the reason we like to bring that up is the same way you release a phobia is the same way you release the anger, the sadness, the fear, the hurt, the guilt, and all the
Yeah.
other things. So
Well,
now
and
getting back to this, how do you
mhm.
get
Oh, the
connected
bowl of
to this?
yeah, the bowl of
By
light.
clearing all this stuff, not removing it or suppressing it, because oftentimes when we have this, practices and tips, oftentimes they're around starting a new journey, which is good, but denying the past
Yes,
and,
yes.
and not, no, 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 that's all past me, and they don't want to do it. So how do they? Most of the time, how do they get past it? They suppress it, right? I'm not thinking about it, so now I'm
Which is
moving on.
passing it. That's not passing it. It's still with you. It's still in your bowl of light
It's in
or
your neurology. It's
of
not,
it.
and it can never be in the bowl of light. It's always on
Yeah,
top,
that's
right?
what I
But
meant.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So it's in your neurology, and if you're not thinking about it, how are you not thinking about it? Well, suppressing it in some way. How?
Yes.
With energy, mana, life force. Whose? Uh, you only have yours, right?
Yeah.
So you're suppressing it, and normally it's not one thing you're suppressing. It's a number of things, So when it comes up, because your unconscious mind, your inner mind
Yes.
knows and it's not resolved, so it will bring it up. Hey, Kanoa, what about this?
Mhm.
No. Oh, okay. What about this? No. What about this?
Like,
And what are you suppressing it with? Energy, mana, life force, yours. So as
yes.
we get older, when we're younger, we can do that fairly easily. But as
Mhm.
we get older, we have to use more energy, more mana, more life force to
Well,
suppress
yeah,
it.
because you've packed a whole suitcase and more of things. You're and what I wanted to say was, I guess, so step one before they even, come to see someone like you or begin this journey of addressing the fears. One, I mean, I think you have to be open enough to be aware of the fear that might be causing those programs, right? So the awareness,
Exactly.
and then, like you said in your story, was two, the willingness then to be brave enough to say like, okay, let me try to change this old thing. But let me ask you this, Kanoa, what about those things? Because I feel in my own journey of, the stage fright and growing up, Filipino, I love my Filipinos. And with Catholicism and stuff, in my experience growing up, there is this fear almost that you're living from fear. So what about the idea of the ancestral stuff? Like, can you be dragging along things from your, you know what I mean? From your, not your genetics, but from your past, your ancestors. That's how I feel, that I have
So
some, yeah.
so we'll address three areas of a person's life. So they
Mm-hmm.
are in this lifetime, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to address those things
Yeah.
for sure.
Yes. That's what we're talking about now. Yes.
And then the ancestral genealogical,
Mm-hmm.
they science backs that up.
What?
On the spiritual side, backs up that you can have hereditary stuff being passed on to you. But it's not just the
Yes.
stuff that they
It's-
can prove with medical science.
Yes.
It's the
Yes.
emotional side too, and all this other stuff. It's more like a spiritual side. If the
Yes.
medical side can happen, possibly the other side can happen. The spiritual, the things that I'm not good enough, or all this other stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
we're cursed and things like that. Because we have worked on people that felt like it was a family curse of what we had and things. So
Mm-hmm.
genealogical things can definitely be passed down.
A real
And
issue.
the third one is if you believe in past lives.
Mhm,
So
mhm,
if you believe in past lives, there are things in this lifetime that can have originated in a past life.
mhm, mhm.
So there's
Yes.
ways to work through that. And even if past lives exist, obviously you need to address it in a past life, right? But let's say past lives don't exist and your mind creates it anyway. Could
Yeah.
the form of the problem be in the form of a past life? So if it comes up in the past life, hey, just work through it and transmute it from there.
Yes,
It doesn't
yes.
really matter. Yeah. So and we'll talk about moving through life and things. How do you know that you have a problem, and how would you
Mm,
identify that you have a problem? How do most
yeah.
people? Real easy.
How?
They can think about something,
Uh-huh.
and when they if they have the tendency, oh no, I don't want to think about that. Well, that
Th
it's
That's
probably
the
an
rule number
indication that
1.
it's a problem. However, when a
You're
thought
right.
comes into your mind and you don't want to think about it, write it down anyway.
Yeah.
And if you thought comes into your mind and you can think about it and it has a negative emotion or negative emotions attached to it,
Mhm.
obviously you know it's an issue. But most of the time, people know that they have issues. I have an issue with this person, with my family, whatever it is, right?
Yeah,
And they can
yeah.
feel it. That's how you know. How do you know? How do I know I have an issue with you, Kuno? My nephews or whatever? Because every time I look at you, I can feel it. So
Well,
now,
uh-huh.
and it could be with your dad, or your mom, or your coworker, or your wife, whatever, ex, whatever it
Yeah,
is. Now,
yeah.
how do you know that I did some work on myself and things? So how
Mhm.
do I know that I resolved it and I moved through that, transformed it?
Yes.
How do you know that? Same way.
Yeah, you
You can
feel,
feel it.
yeah, it's
You look at the
neutralized.
person,
Yeah,
yeah, like
yeah.
just like a phobia. How do you know
Mhm.
you have a phobia about snakes or spiders or roaches? Oh, when I see them, I'm jumping around. So now,
Yes.
how do you know if you resolved it? I'm looking at it and going, oh, it's still icky, but I'm not jumping through the ceiling and I'm not running around. Look, my sister called her husband, like, Willie, 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 you gotta get a roach, you gotta get a roach, you gotta find it. And it's not like she sees
That's
the
me.
roach in the she sees the roach in the house and
That's
he shoots it out or he gets it. He's got to show it to her, right? I want proof that.
Oh, no, I leave the room. I run out,
Yeah, oh yeah,
obviously, I
she
must have
leaves
a
the room, but she wants to make sure that he got it and not just
I
shoot it
absolutely,
away.
no, no, I completely understand because 'cause I've done that with my own husband because he will lose sight of it.
Yeah,
And I'm so mad because 'cause I'm like, "Where did that roach go?" Wait, but
yeah.
so what I
So
wanna ask you about this, is, yeah, so these these fears that we have. I mean, we don't even notice. Like, I never even thought of it that my roach thing is probably a phobia, you know? And
No, it's
we
not
just
probably. Take probably out. It's a phobia.
Right. It's a phobia. I mean, who likes roaches flying at them, you know? But what I wanted to say was, you know how I've noticed in you, and you did it on the show already, you kind of get excited because your programming is, ooh, phobia or fear. You're already feeling the sweetness of that relief or when it's healed. And yeah, so I was gonna say for myself, that's why I know, I've been on this path a while, is I look forward now. Like even when I see it, when I get triggered those few times, I get upset in the moment, but I'm like, ooh, there's like freedom on the other side of this. And so I just want to offer that to the listeners is it may not be an easy path. Although Kanoa is saying, if you see someone like here, maybe, it can be cleared faster than you think, but that there's just so much more, like you said, that light bowl is able to shine and it feels so good. So I think those are some great tools. You're just saying like, hey, notice when you feel off or triggered, write them down. you know that's a fear.
Yeah.
That's yeah. um
So
how can
I want to
we get
cover
oh, go ahead, go
I
ahead.
want to
Mhm.
cover some skill sets that they can use to help them
Yeah,
real
let's do
quick,
that.
Yeah, yeah. So
I love
one of
that.
them
Go ahead.
is when they're feeling anxiety and things. And I got this from Andrew Huberman on YouTube several years ago now. Oh, but I'm
Thank you.
like, hey, let me try it. And then I tried it and it worked. I go, oh, I'm gonna start teaching this to
Yeah, what is it? What
people
is it?
I get in contact with. So it's the double rep breath. And it's the breathing thing, right? So it's the
Mhm,
breathing thing, you coordinate and all this stuff. Oftentimes you're getting ready to you're running the meeting and you're getting ready to start the meeting and you feel a
mhm,
little anxiety and stuff, or maybe a lot. You don't have
mhm.
time to do 4 and 8s. So
So
this is
what's this?
one breath,
Okay.
and this is how you do it. You take a deep breath in and fill up your lungs all the way, and then take a breath on top of that, and then exhale. So it's like this.
Oh, that's a different breath. I've never done that before.
Yeah, and they've done brain stat. He said they did it in the 1930s. They had brain research on it, and it's kind of forgotten. He found it in some file that he's bringing it back, and I'm like, oh, let me try
A
this. It works,
double
and it
breath.
works. So,
A double breath,
so
and it'll
yeah,
yeah, that's
and,
powerful.
and and it'll happen instantly. The other one is what I refer to as peripheral vision expanded awareness or hakala, and it's just going to. It's kind of like how many indigenous people do we have out there? So for the ones that say that I am not from an indigenous culture, keep
Mhm.
going back in your lineage, you'll hit indigenous eventually. So we all
Got
come from indigenous cultures. How do we indigenous people view the world? Tunnel vision or big picture? Clearly big picture, and it is not a metaphor. It's a physical, physiological reality.
mhm,
Meaning, when I'm looking out, and keep your eyes above this plane, up slightly above, and see the walls on both sides, including the ceiling and the floor, outside, 360 degrees around. And you don't have to go really high, just be above this like plane and not look down. You cannot hold a negative thought in your head. It's that simple. And I've been
wait,
working with the University of Hawaii at this.
wait, can I ask you, sorry, pause. Because for the people that might not be able to see, you're saying physically, if you open up your field of vision so that you're just kind of looking straight ahead where your eyes are, but opening it up so you can kind of see, the sides and all that, you're saying that you can't have a negative thought if you just do that.
You cannot hold a negative thought in your head. Correct.
Oh,
So
because it's kind
athletes do this all the time.
of,
Really good athletes, because
uh-huh.
they're a football player. They cannot be watching one. There's no way they could be like this. They have to be like this.
Open
And then,
view.
yeah, and
Uh-huh.
then you can watch. I like to watch professional athletes when I can see their eyes. Now it's harder, right? Easier to watch golfers because they don't have any helmets on and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so whenever, but I talk to a lot of football players, so whenever they're in the zone, they know where they're out like this, and they're not. You can't be going like this. You just have to know where everything is and have that perfect vision, and nothing's going through their mind. They just reacting. So
Yes.
and it's the zone in athletics. So you can take that. zone and apply
Mm.
it to anywhere in your life. Just being
Yes.
peripheral vision. Doesn't have to be athletics. So
Yes.
I've been working with the University of Hawaii in a
Mhm.
program we call Hawaii Positive Engagement Program, where we teach skill sets to teachers and parents that they can use in the classroom and at home. My
Mm.
part is teaching
Mhm.
them how to overcome anxiety. However,
Mhm.
that's too broad of a subject for the Department of Education. So we go, how to overcome test anxiety. Then they go, oh yeah, we got that one. It's not really
Yeah.
how to overcome test anxiety. It's just how to overcome anxiety, period. And then you
Yes.
can apply it anywhere you want. So when you're in
Yes.
perfect vision, expanded awareness, and then if other people know it, then they can teach it to others. Hey, because whenever you're not in the zone, this is where do you think your eyes are? It's really easy to see 3-year-olds when they're upset, they're looking down. So
Uh-huh.
looking down is internal dialogue and emotions. Looking up is visual. Looking straight out is auditory. Looking down is internal dialogue and emotions. Most of the time, whenever people are less resourceful, they're looking down
Mhm.
and it's internal dialogue and emotions. Internal dialogue does not have to be negative. It just
Mhm.
tends to be a lot of the time.
Mhm. Mhm.
So get them to look up and out.
Thi this is so deep because, I mean, one, in the physical way of doing it, and I feel it just even when I do it like this, and I think it's because it's weird, you're focusing on opening your awareness that you can't
Yeah,
let in other
yeah.
thought.
So this is how it works when you're dealing with a problem.
Uh-huh.
If this is the problem right here,
She's pointing at a rock or a
yeah,
yeah,
I'm pulling out a Oahu rock.
Pahako
What's
rock,
not
yeah.
the problem? Then you look around your room and pick an object. That's
Yes.
not the problem. Pick another object. That's not the problem. Point to yourself. I'm not the problem. You're not the problem.
Uh-huh.
And within that problem is
Mhm.
possibility and solution.
Mhm.
However, imagine the space that you're in right now is the problem, or the space that you're in is the problem. You're stuck in the problem. There
Mhm.
is no possibility, let alone solution. Of
Yes,
course, you
yes,
know there is, but not inside the problem. Because it doesn't
yeah.
matter what chair you sit in, hanging on the roof, the chandeliers, laying on the floor, you're still in problem.
Mhm.
And in
Mhm.
problem, there is no possibility, let alone solution. So how do you get outside of the problem?
Mhm.
Work vision, expanded awareness, hakala will get you outside of the problem.
Hakala,
However, after
expanded
I say that,
mhm.
hakala almost always does not work when you're stuck inside the problem. I just
Yes.
said it does, right? And then I said it didn't. How come? Because I learned this, Kanoa, I'm going to put it in my toolbox. And then when you get
Uh-huh.
stuck inside the problem, your
Uh-huh.
toolbox is outside the problem. No problem. I'm going to stick it in my back pocket. So no matter, it's going to be in the problem with me. And then you
Oh,
forget you have pockets. So
yeah,
this is not a very good tool in your toolbox, in your back pocket. It is a very good lifestyle changing tool. In other
it is.
words, being perfect vision expanded as halal
Mhm.
24/7. And you're not going to be until you are.
Well, it's
And,
like anything, it's practice. We have to practice, you
and
know?
here's an example. I always thought that, oh, I think I believe that I'm in. And can that state be measured? Can the brainwave state be measured? Is the zone measurable? And it can be. And,
Yes.
and if you know basic brainwave states, there's alpha, beta, theta, delta. Delta is sleep, theta is
Mhm.
a deeper state, and then alpha is actually the zone between 7 and 14 cycles per second. And then
Mhm.
beta is the monkey mind. So
Mhm.
the zone is between 7 and 14 cycles per second, alpha.
And is that zone also like, the not the goal, but is it also captures what it would look like if you're meditating?
Yes. However, when you meditate, you start
Uh-huh.
beta, which is the monkey mind, right? Then you transition into
Yes.
alpha. When you get down to deep alpha, that's pretty good. However, the really good meditators go into theta,
Got it. Got Is
and it's
that
even
more like,
deeper.
because I've been studying the Silva mind control, the Silva method, you know.
It's
I want
theta.
to ask okay. Well, I want to ask you this because Dr. Joe Dispenza said, and I think it was him, or even Abraham Hicks, that say like we'd much rather have you reach that state even through just appreciation instead of instead of needing meditation, do you agree that if you are completely in appreciation in that state, that it's the same
Yes.
zone?
However, how do you
Okay.
get there? When you're in peripheral vision and expanded awareness, you cannot
Yes.
not be in a state of, in my opinion, in a state of appreciation, because there
Oh,
is
you
no monkey mind in things, you know?
oh, but okay, but is there feeling in that expanded state or no? Is it just a neutral zone
It's a
according to you?
flow, it's a flow zone. So there is feeling, but it's not a high or low, it's
Got it. I
low
understand.
kahi. It's balance. And balance
Okay.
is a feeling.
It
And
is. It is.
you can
Well,
experience joy in those, you know, when you're in the flow, you can experience joy. And then if something comes up that interrupts it, like a problem or something, you'll be more likely to be able to solve it because you'll be totally in possibility and solution.
yes.
Does that make
Yes.
sense? Boom, boom, boom. Things are gonna come
It
into
is.
you like this instead of it being blocked.
Yes. Yes. Oh, that's amazing. I mean, because technically, if you practice that expanded vision, then I mean, technically, then you can't experience your problem. The thing you have to overcome, right? If you,
Well, you will be experiencing the problem in a totally different way, in
yeah,
possibility and solution. So basically, it's not going
yeah,
to be a problem per se like it was before. It'll just be, oh, and and, and
another.
normally when you're in possibility and solution, how many possibilities are there or solutions?
Mhm, mhm.
Normally more than one,
Oh
So you'll
yes,
be constantly in that, and it's like, oh yeah, and not thinking of it as a problem. It's just going to be a situation.
yes,
Most people
yes,
might think it's a problem. They might come to you as a problem, you know.
yes.
Hey, I got a problem. Can you help me? And then, when you're in the zone, I'll go, oh, whatever. Like, oh, okay, well, let's. And then you can talk. You can talk to yourself. Oftentimes, we talk about eye patterns and where your eyes go, and people that do it naturally, eh, and they access something from the past, a visual thing and an audio thing, and then they put it together, and their mind is constantly looking at all possibilities and coming in
Mhm.
with a number of solutions and picking one instead of going,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know
being
what to do.
stuck. Yeah.
And it's like being what a Monday morning quarterback is? A Monday morning quarterback.
What is that?
They're reviewing the film on Monday. They played on Sunday, like the NFL, right? They played on Sunday and they're reviewing
Okay,
the film on Monday and go, oh man, I should have thrown it over here. I should have thrown it over here. They can
okay,
see all the spots. So
okay.
it's like being a Monday morning quarterback on Sunday. It's not like
Got
I
it.
should have thrown it there. I did, I
I
did. I
love
did.
it.
And that's
I
those
love
people, because there got to be people in most of our lives, they're the go-to person. Whatever it
Mhm.
is, if I go to Faith, she's gonna have some
Yeah.
answer, So they go to you, and this is a total failure, and then you figure it out, and then after you go, wow, that actually turned out better than what we were originally like, the boat ride that we had, right, on that
Yeah.
day.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, yes.
it was, could look at it. Oh, it was a total failure. And then what ended up after we went was like, wow, that was
Oh, that's
even way better than what
yeah.
we had.
Well, and for those listening in, both Kanoa and I were part of Kumu Lineala's Brown's Rise of Mu, this kind of epic gathering we did in November. And he and I, brother, you're a kahuna and just so experienced and trained, but in a way, you and I were in the same boat trying to learn our oli. We were trying to learn our
Yeah.
chant. So that's really how we bonded. But oh my gosh, well, these are such amazing tools, and I feel like these tools you've shared already covers the next question. Really is, how do you really move forward and welcome in the new? But you already said it, it's not about being new, it's about finding the true, expressing the trueness of that light. So
And there
if
was
you have, yeah, go
one
ahead.
more process that I wanted to show them,
Yeah,
and they
sure,
can
sure.
do it. And it's the whole oponopono process, the forgiveness process.
It's
So
amazing.
just covering forgiveness in the beginning, like most of the time when we're thinking about forgiving the person, we
Hmm.
think that we're forgiving the behavior that they did. They did this to me, and I'm
Hmm.
supposed to forgive them for it?
Hmm.
No way. There might be some other adjectives added to that. No way. Absolutely not. And because we think that we're forgiving the behavior, however,
Mm-hmm.
just reframe it and say, every one of us has a bowl of light within each of us. And sometimes the people that are doing all these atrocious things, they have so much stuff above them that, and it doesn't excuse the behavior. Because if they did an inappropriate behavior 20 years ago, or 10 years ago, or 5 years ago, or today, it would still be inappropriate. When we forgive them, we forgive that bowl of light part of them, right? And it's not forgive and forget all about it. We're going to forgive them and remember the event. Just release the negative emotions around the memory. Release
Mm-hmm.
the negative emotions around the memory so
Mm-hmm.
that the memories can make sense. It becomes light, you know,
Transmute
and
it.
it
Yeah.
goes right.
Yeah.
The learnings go right into a bowl of light. So it's forgive and remember. Just release the negative emotions around the memory. And when you forgive the person, whose healing does it complete?
Your
Not
own.
theirs. It
It's
completes your own healing. It
yes.
gets the negative emotions, the karma, the pilikia, the stuff out of
Yeah.
your mind, body, spirit, and soul.
Wait, I want to
So I
say
love
something.
to.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
go
Go ahead.
ahead.
Just something weird that the perspective I got that I was going to say in a weird way for okay for me. Let me say it for me because everybody else might be like, "What are you talking about?" Forgiveness to me is a selfish act for me because I want to be in the pureness of that bowl of light, and it feels better. Do you know what I mean, Kanoa? Like
Yeah.
so, yeah. To prove your point, it's for me first. I mean, it is for
Yeah.
me. Okay, sorry. Go on.
So there's two whole Ho'oponopono processes. The first one is the easy one, and people should have known this or could have heard it before. And it's the four verses from Antimortem Simeona. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. So
Mm,
oftentimes it's misconstrued that that is her form of Ho'oponopono, and it is not. She created that, and it really does help people transform. And just by saying that, it in itself, it is a form of Ho'oponopono, but that's not her forte. She did what we did, and we're actually doing what she did, is release the trauma around the memories. However, when you say those words, it's only words and it only starts up in here.
yeah.
I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. And you have what you want to work on or transmute, right? I'm sorry, please
Mhm.
forgive me, thank you, I love you. And then as you keep repeating it, it just keeps getting in there, right? And as it gets into your psyche, into your subconscious mind, then it moves down into your heart, your pu'uwai, and
Yes.
where the trauma is actually
Being
normally
held.
held, right? And
Yeah.
then it can
Mm.
actually transmute, and then you go, oh my goodness, uh, I feel better. Oh wow, and it
Well,
may take some time.
but let me ask Kanoa. So it's about the repetition, and then you said breaking through like the mind part, so then that your heart believes it, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
and you
speak.
have to start with repetition. Just
Yeah,
repetition, repetition, and say it with as much meaning as you can. And
yeah,
initially, it'll take a while, and sometimes not, because you're so ready when you say these
yeah,
words. It's like, oh
yeah.
my God, they have instant
No,
release and relief.
no, it's true because I've seen it in my own life get faster and faster. Like I just had an ego thing the other day, and a friend, in fact, Judy, who was on this Rise of Moo call, kind of called me on like, well, what if called my ego stuff, and I sat with it for just 20 minutes. I was like, okay, got it. And then I just and I don't know if you believe this that the answer is just love, but I just did the most loving thing without my ego having to be right. Like I was like, screw that. I want everybody to feel good. And I don't know. I feel more powerful in that. And it's funny because the old me, probably can judge, oh, you're being weak. You're letting them take, it's like, no, no way. Like you take your own power, right, Kanoa? And you come
Yeah,
from this authentic place of like you're choosing love and like that I'm okay regardless of whatever this act, but that I've dragged along with me, and so you don't need it. So anyway, it's powerful in my life. I know that for sure. Yeah. Was there a
and
second? You're going to offer
yeah.
more.
There's a second one.
Yeah,
However,
yeah.
if you
Uh,
want the Hawaiian words to, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Just contact Faith, and she'll have them for you.
Okay, well, because I want them too, so I'll contact you to get them. Okay,
Yeah.
thank thank you, Kanoa. Yes, we will get the Hawaiian version. In fact, let's write a song. That's what I wanna do, a chant. So we'll talk about that later, but that's what
Okay.
I want. Okay.
The
So the
second
second
one, I'll
uh-huh.
just go through it, and then
Mhm.
just by going through it, you can, and then we'll all go through it if we have enough time. So
Okay.
first of all, you just got to get into the right mindset, which is just clear your mind, take a nice deep breath. The double breath works like you keep your
Right.
eyes open, or keep your eyes open. You're the only one that can see me. So you go
Mhm.
keep your eyes open, like nice deep breath, and then exhale, and then just connect the spirit. Be in hakala when you're doing this. Your mind is clear, and then in your keep your eyes open face so you can watch me. You're not doing it. You're watching. So in your mind's eye, create a stage below you. And then if it's with a one of the ways we do it is we go like this. It's people, place, and things, including self and spirit. People, place, and things, including self and spirit. So five things, right? However, when we do the clearing, it's actually in the other way. We do spirit first because oftentimes a person has an issue with spirit, with God, because God wasn't there in all of their times of need. So we want to cleanse and clear and strengthen that connection first before
Mhm.
you work on yourself and then the other people. However, when we're doing the demo, we'll just do other people. We'll have other people come up. So just know that when you actually do it, when we actually do it, we go it in the reverse way. So in your mind's eye, create a stage below you and invite the individuals up on the stage with whom you are seeking resolution. Make sure one of them is that younger you, that little boy, that little girl inside. Then imagine an infinite source of love, healing, forgiveness above the top of your head. And allow it to flow in through the top of your head, filling up your body now. And then we actually bring the energy in. Overflowing out of your heart through the umbilical cord, the aqua connection, filling up the individuals until they are totally whole, healed, and forgiven. If you haven't connected to them yet, connect to them with an umbilical cord, an aqua connection, umbilical cord. And remember now, until they are totally whole, healed, and forgiven. Then allow spirit, a cord, to place an umbilical cord into each and every one of you, filling all of you up with unconditional love, light, and aloha. As you now place your awareness on that younger you, that little boy, that little girl inside, and say to her, say to him, I forgive you. For whatever's happened in the past, I forgive you. Do you forgive? So maybe that always being there for you. As you float down up on the stage, hug that younger you. Allow that part of you to know that you will always be able to protect him or him. And take that part of you inside and allow them to integrate into the whole. And if there was a part of you that felt like gotten splintered off or lost from some traumatic event that happened in the past, whether it's from this lifetime or a previous one, allow us to go to the ends of the universe, all dimensions, past lives, generations back across all time and space. Bring those parts back to you now. Because with all those parts of you to integrate into the whole as well. We normally put them into the heart and allow them to go wherever they're choosing to go. As you float back above the stage, turn your awareness to the rest of them, the people, the places, and things, and say to them, I forgive you, and all of my ancestors forgive you too, from the beginning of time to the end of time, future generations to come. Now that's the whole timeline continuum. And then you ask it in reverse, do you and all of your ancestors forgive me and my ancestors, from the beginning of time to the end of time, future generations to come? And when you have that acknowledgement across time, float on up on stage and allow all of you to feel feelings of love, healing, forgiveness, and understanding. They remove the umbilical cord, the aqua connections, and allow them to float away, knowing that when you reconnect with them, you'll be reconnecting with them from where you are now and from where they are now, after you've all received the healing at a higher level of consciousness. As you float back above the stage, allow us to say a pule, a prayer to assist in bringing in the light, the mana, the oneness, and integrating all that you receive. Is once again allow your guides, your ancestors, as well as ours, and spirit, of course, consistent the pulling, consistent the prayer. And we will actually do a pule prayer right now to integrate all that you receive. Mama.
Mhm. Ah, powerful. Mahalo. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kanoa. I felt that. And I know everyone else is feeling that. I usually have a section where we say an aha, but the whole show has been an aha that will help everyone float. Like I like that floating on the stage, help us flow and float, into this year in really purposeful, intentional ways. And we all
And remember,
go
my
ahead.
whole oponopono online course is free.
No, yeah, I'm getting to that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
getting Yeah, because we usually also have a dare. So what was my dare? Try any of these tools that Kanoa has offered you. Truly, truly, because these are transformative. And as Kanoa said on his website, and I will have it, listed because I don't know that you'll be able to write it down, eho'omanaMaiola.com. He can tell you more
Or
about
pokeandpoi.com.
or what?
Pokeandpoi.com.
Come on, are you kidding?
No.
No? Does your
P-O,
site
that's a link. POKEANDPOI.com.
Okay. Will it lead them to this
Yeah.
website? Did I pick the
Yeah.
right web? Okay. Okay. Oh, I love that. So poke and poi. That's easy. Maybe you can tell them about it, but I know you have so many resources on there, including your free course. Are you saying is it a free course for Ho'oponopono, like what we just
Yeah,
did?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Any other offerings they should check out or start with that one? Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've been to a bunch of different organizations, and like you can look up in PSI, Personal Success Institute. I
Yeah.
belong to that one. BNI, which is a business networking thing, and HPEP. But the guys in Hawaii Positive Engagement Program, where we teach teachers and parents skill sets they can use. We pay them to go to the class.
What?
Funding's a little, yeah, we pay them 325 or something like that. 10 weeks, and they give them $500 to take what they learn.
Oh,
So
that's
anyway, one
transformative.
last thing is
Hmm.
if for people in Hawaii, if you
Hmm.
get four or more people
Yes.
come to Haula, you got to do the course first. Then I'll
Yeah.
have a free session with you and do the clearings. That you get over there, we'll
This
have
is amazing. Okay, and I will be sharing that as well. Kanoa, can people have online sessions with you though? Is that something you do or not
uh,
really?
not me, but my number
Okay.
one does online sessions, and I, how when you get students that are better than you, for me, I just love it. She has way more abilities than me, and she's
Don't
awesome.
sell yourself short, but yeah, if you don't love online, that's cool. You share and spread the love. So,
Yeah, yeah.
oh my God,
I just
Maha.
want them. I just want them in my presence, so I can, check them
So
out.
So everybody just fly Hawaii. That's it. That's the answer. That's what my expanded view is telling me. So but anyway, mahalo again. We're just so honored to have you come and share, your wisdom and your insight and it's so practical. We can start like right now. I mean, we just started. I mean, on this program, that is a transformative. moment. So I don't know if Kanoa is still on with us, but I want to thank everyone for listening. Again, I'm Faith Rivera here on Aloha Rising. If you like this episode and the show, please like and subscribe and share with all your friends, especially this episode where they can have a real ho'oponopono session. And it's really all about your willingness to move through these steps that Kanoa offered to us. So I'm not sure he's going to come back in, but as always, we end by saying, keep flowing, keep growing, and just keep knowing that the truth of you is that inner light, that bowl, and all this other stuff. It's stuff that we can intentionally put that love on and put that practice on so it can be transmuted, as Kanoa says, back into the light, because that's who we are. So 2026, more light, more love, more of your brilliance. I see it. I know it. I can't wait to feel it. Aloha, guys. Till next time.